was really funny how people were saying that the guy was ugly. In the words of Jay-Z, there are no ugly billionaires. Like, what does ugly have to do with it? The bank account still looks nice. The bank account is handsome. That's what matters to some women who move like this.
I may be young, but I'm ready to give you all my love.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle, I'm a Ray, and if you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. So today's video, just go ahead and grab you a glass of wine and let's go ahead and dive right into it, because child, there is so much I need to go ahead and get off my chest. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys these beautiful flowers that I was sent from this company called Rose Forever. These flowers last for about a year. They smell beautiful and the arrangement is just so gorgeous. They come in different colors, different little containers and stuff. Down below in the description box, if you want them, you can go ahead and grab them, and there's a discount code for you guys. Now, diving right back into the topic of this video, I'm gonna start off by kind of giving you guys a synopsis of everything that has happened so far. Porsha Williams just posted recently that she is now engaged to Simon Guobadia after a month of them dating. She said in her Instagram post that they started dating after the divorce was finalized between Fallon and Simon. There are speculations and rumors and stuff out here that she's also pregnant, but I'm not getting into that because I haven't seen any proof. But that's basically where we're at. So about 2 weeks ago, I posted a video about Fallon's divorce announcement, and it wasn't to disparage her. It wasn't to speak negatively upon her. I think that would actually be very vile to do that to somebody, especially during such a difficult time. The purpose of my channel is to talk and reflect and really discuss different viewpoints and messages that I believe are very edifying and can help us in our personal lives. So I really just use housewives as a case study to just talk about different lessons that we can apply in our day-to-day lives. So in that video that I will have linked above, I discussed how I just think there were just so many different red flags that were shown on the show in regards to how Fallon navigated her relationship. Mind you, this is reality TV. We don't know everything, but I'm just speaking off of what was seen on the show and what I perceived and what my opinions were on it. So I mentioned that I wasn't really comfortable with the idea that she was even on the show. She's actually a housewife. She's actually married, and not a lot of women on the show can say that. I talked about the importance of being around like-minded people, because when you choose to lie with dogs, don't be surprised when you get up and there's fleas all over you. I also talked about how I didn't think it was really wise for her to have her man around the other girls because of the importance of maintaining boundaries with your relationship. Doesn't necessarily mean that you don't trust your man or you don't trust your friends, but I'm not going to use my own hands to go and put temptation in front of my husband's face or something like that. I think having those boundaries is important. And also, like I said, you don't know the intentions of people. People will smile in your face one day, but they're plotting behind your back. And it's those people that you think are like this that tomorrow can do the most damage to you because you gave them the most access to you. Strangers can barely hurt you because they don't know much about you. The people that are really dangerous and who have the capability of being a real threat to you are the people closest to you. So that's why I thought it was really weird when she had the girls come over to her pool party and her man is there watching them all naked and stuff, and it's just like, that was too much for me. There's boundaries that are necessary to put in place, and I think that was just going beyond. So those were my viewpoints expressed in that video, and I had some people who were kind of upset, but that's your business. I'm saying that I believe that when you value something, when it comes to relationships, job opportunities, children, you guard those things with your heart, with your life, because there are very miserable people out here. People do not like to see people happy. And I think the moment we really realize and deep that, we start moving in a different manner. Protect the things you love. Don't make them susceptible to outside influences, which is why I felt it was pretty ridiculous for Fallon to come on this show knowing the situation she was in. I felt like she was above the show. She was above befriending these women and being in the same environment with them. There's literally nothing she gains. And now we see the results of the show and the results of mingling with these women. Now, on the issue of Porsha, do I think she's wrong? I honestly do not think that she's entirely wrong. I honestly, truly don't blame her. And you guys might not like my opinion, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain what I'm saying. So I will go ahead and show you guys a snippet of an interview that Fallon recently did before this whole debacle and everything. But as she was talking about Porsha, it didn't sound like they were really like friends like that. And I think people and women especially, we use the word friend way too loosely. I think it's very important to understand the difference between a friend and an acquaintance. And I do believe that Porsha and Fallon were acquaintances. Let me go ahead and show you guys that clip.
You know, honestly, they've been reaching out to me for a couple of years now. I've always said no, and I was always skeptical of being on a reality show. At that time, I didn't feel as though I was strong enough. When I talked to them, of course, they were able to talk me into it. I caved. And I said, why not? Fuck it, let's do it. I'm ready. Yeah, and so at that point in time, I did meet Porsha at some point in time, and we had some conversation back and forth in the past. So it just made it a win-win, and there it went.
Now let's also keep in mind that this reality TV show isn't reality. This is all a curated reality. So just because Fallon was brought onto the show as a friend of Porsha's doesn't necessarily mean these girls were kicking it back in the day and everything. From their words, from what's coming out of their mouths, they're even saying, as Fallon mentioned in the video as well, that it was because of the show that they even came to know of each other. So for the sake of like audience purposes, my understanding is that Fallon was introduced into the show as a friend of Porsha's. Now I see people going off talking about it's so foul that she's engaged to him now. She was just at her house and stuff. Like the producers do on this show, they make the girls curate different events so that they can get everybody together. That's the purpose of having drama on the show, to keep us entertained. And first of all, that argument doesn't really stand because Fallon also had LaToya at her house Halloween party. Even after LaToya made all those remarks and made it clear that she was envious. So I think that whole idea of, oh, but she was at her house and now you still her husband. No, this is just how the show works. So this isn't like real reality where we invite people that we know and people that we love and are comfortable with to our home. This is a curated reality TV show. So with that said, no, I don't believe Porsha owes Fallon anything. Fallon and Simon were divorced. They severed their ties and everything. He is now a free man. Porsha is now a free woman. She divorced her man. So you have two single people. Yes, if she saw an opportunity and she wanted it, I don't fault her for choosing to go about and get it. I think a reason why a lot of people are outraged is because of this violation of girl code. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now. I think girl code is an absolute scam. Girl code, this false kumbaya sisterhood that a lot of people like to talk about, is not real. And I think believing that it's real and holding those kind of expectations of other women is going to get you messed up, and it's going to hurt and backfire at the end of the day. Here's the truth of the matter. As much as we hate to say it, we as human beings have a greater inclination towards being selfish and having our best interests at heart. That's just the truth. And so you really have to move understanding that. Don't even give people an opportunity and a chance to be able to encroach and take your joy and take your blessings like that. And so no, I don't think that Porsha owed Fallon anything. She had no loyalties to her. They were barely even really friends like that anyway. They were acquaintances. And furthermore, on the issue of girl code, I think that's where you can really mess yourself up by having those kind of expectations on other women. And I go ahead and say this too. I feel like some women will see men in relationships and then they automatically become more attractive to them, especially if that man is treating his woman well and you're seeing it and stuff. For some reason, in some women, they're like, I mean, who sees a good thing and doesn't want it for themselves and doesn't desire it? And so women like that might see a man treat his woman so well and see that as, oh, I want that, as opposed to you saw him single all those years, you left him, but now that he's in a relationship and is treating a woman so well, he magically becomes more attractive to you. So yeah, this girl code thing, this sisterhood thing is dead. It's not real. And I think the sooner that we move with that understanding, the better for us as women. Protect and guard your own as if nobody else cares to protect and guard it with you. You are the sole purpose responsible for protecting what's yours, because you honestly can't put it past anybody to encroach those guidelines, to encroach those boundaries and hurt you. So I would rather err on the side of being overprotective as opposed to being too trusting of other women and feeling like, yeah, they can come around my man like that. Yeah, we can do this, we can do that, and be very lenient with how I treat him. And like I said in the previous video, Simon is a multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaires aren't everywhere. So I've seen people say stuff like, out of all the men in the world, why would you choose him, knowing that you had a history with Fallon and yada, yada, yada. Yes, there are 3-point-something billion other men in this world. Yes, Porsha's a beautiful woman. She can get anybody if she so chose to. But I mean, there's not like multi-millionaires running around this world like that anyway. So regardless, he is still a limited and scarce resource if we were to view him in that sense. Millionaires aren't everywhere. They're not flooding. They're not overpouring. So she found a multi-millionaire. She found an opportunity and she capitalized on it. And honestly, how can you really blame her knowing that her relationship with Fallon wasn't even like it was deep or anything? I also thought it was really funny how people were saying that the guy was ugly. In the words of Jay-Z, there are no ugly billionaires. Like, what does ugly have to do with it? The bank account still looks nice. The bank account is handsome. That's what matters to some women who move like this. So I think that was just really kind of funny that people kept bringing it out. Men pursue women for beauty. Women are interested and are attracted to the stability and the financial state of a man. Now, if there's any issue that I might see with this entire situation, it would just be with like the speed at which things moved, considering the fact that Porsha is a mother. I just feel like, and I'm not a mother yet, but I just feel like, you know, as somebody who would want to protect and guard your child, you'd really want to vet somebody before you just have them in your child's life like that. And I just don't know if 1 month is enough time to be able to accomplish that feat. But that's the only thing that was kind of questionable to me. But as far as choosing to pursue a relationship with him and him choosing to pursue a relationship with her, they were both single. She doesn't really owe Fallon anything, to be honest, and she took advantage of that opportunity. Now, overall, I do understand the outrage. I do understand why people feel like Porsha is wrong. I truly do. I'm not some heartless person who just thinks like, you know, every man for himself or whatever. But I do think that we should understand as women just honestly how pervasive women like Porsha are out there. Like, you can be kikiing up with people, and that's why I think it's so important to not have baseless friendships with people. Watch who you hang out with, watch who you're spending time with, especially if there's no depth to that relationship. I'd rather just not have that relationship altogether than to be over here kikiing up with people that I really don't trust and I really don't know. And I think that was a mistake that Fallon made with getting on this show and being around these women. Like I said, Fallon had everything going for her. She's beautiful, she had the rich man, all of that. Like, she's straight. Like, she really didn't need the show. But when you lower yourself to be in environments and be connected with people who are not at your level, you make yourself susceptible to issues and controversy like this. I really do think it's important that as you succeed in life and as you ascend, that you analyze and assess the kind of people that you keep around you and the kind of people that you keep in your close corner. Guard guard and protect the things you value like there is no tomorrow, because you at the end of the day have your best interest at heart. Yes, you should be with a man that you trust and you love and you both have a sense of loyalty to each other, but realize that if you find this man attractive enough to be in a relationship, to even go ahead and marry, there are other women out there who would see him and desire him as well. And just because he puts the ring on your finger and just because you guys are in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean that men become blind to everybody else. So make sure that you do your part to guard and protect. Maintain boundaries between your relationship and other people. Watch what kind of information you put out there, that you tell people about your relationship, about your man, about the kind of environments that you guys venture into. All of this stuff matters, and all of these things are actions that we as women can do to protect what belongs to us. So that's really all I had to say. I know some people won't be too happy about this opinion, but like I said, it is mine. Please go ahead and leave your respectful opinions down below. Let's chat. What are your viewpoints on this? Do you think Porsha is a sneaky little... Or do you think she's just a woman who saw a good opportunity and took it, rightfully so? So go ahead and let me know down below. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, saucy drippin' swag, do. You a bad girl and your friends bad too.